This seems to be the season of RAG. RAG stands for Retrieval Augmented Generation, and it is simply a way for us to provide more context to the large language model from our own data. Retrieval augmented generation systems combine AI with information retrieval for contextualized answer generation. Building reliable and performant RAG applications at scale is quite challenging. That is where, whenever there is a tool available, always try to use it. Haystack is one such tool that is an open source framework for building production ready LLM applications and RAG pipelines. In this video, we will be building a RAG pipeline by using Haystack and newly released NVIDIA NIM. NVIDIA NIM is one of the finest, I would say, microservices based large language model application framework, which is quite handy. I have covered NIM in detail just yesterday, so if you're interested in learning more about NIM, I would highly suggest that you check it out. It is based on containers or microservices, so it means that you can run almost anywhere. In this video, we will be using Haystack plus NVIDIA's NIM to build a RAG pipeline. Now, before I take you to my local system where we will be doing the installation, let me give a big shout out to our good friends at Mass Compute who are sponsoring this VM and also the GPU which I will be using. If you are looking to rent a GPU to test out the RAG pipelines or AI models, I will drop the link to their website in video's description, and I will also put a coupon code which will give you 50% discount on an already discounted GPU. So do check them out, and again, huge thanks to them for providing me this virtual machine where I'm running Ubuntu 22.04 and also this NVIDIA RTX 6000 card with 48 GB of VRAM. Let me clear the screen. Now, also, I would highly suggest that you install Conda to keep everything nice and simple and separate. I already have it as you just saw there. Now, first up, let's create a Conda environment where we will keep everything clear and separate. So I'm just calling it Haystack NIM. Let's wait for it to be created. Just press Y here and it is going to create that environment for us. Let's step into that environment by activating it. And now let's clear the screen. Next step, let's git clone the Haystack names repo, and I will also drop the link to it. So simply do git clone and then this repo. That is done, and now simply go into it. Let's clear the screen. So this is done. One of the prerequisites which we should have is Docker. So make sure Docker and Docker Compose and install. I already have the Docker. You see that I have this Docker install here. So if you don't, please install the Docker. That will be very, very handy. Now, next step, let's install all the requirements here, which will install Haystack AI and whatever is needed. For the vector store, it is going to use Quadrant. And the reason why we are installing Quadrant is the thing which with RAG is that what happens is that, for example, you want to provide the context from your PDF files to the LLM. So that PDF file is first divided or chunked into smaller pieces. Those smaller pieces are converted into numerical representations or embeddings through an embedding model, and then from there it is loaded into a vector store. In this case, we'll be using Quadrant, and then from there a similarity search is done. Your prompt is augmented with that similarity search or embedding and then provided to the LLM. So this is the whole RAG stuff, and you can see that everything is installed now. Cool. Now next step we need to do is we need to grab two API keys. So one is NVIDIA's API key and embedding key. So if you go to NVIDIA's website, let me take you there. So this is the site. From here, I would highly suggest that just click on try now and sign up with your email address. Free email, Gmail, Yahoo, one is fine. So in the RAG pipeline, normally we use two models. One is the actual model, which is used for question answering. For that, we are going to use this Llama 370 billion instruct. And the another one is embedding model, which converts your own data into numerical representation. So we would need two keys. So first grab the key for Llama 370 billion instruct, just click on it, select it, then scroll down, and from here you can get your API key. So I'm going to get it. So as soon as I will click on it, it is going to give me the key. So let me grab it and save it. So as soon as I click on it, it is asking me to generate key. I have saved the key for it. Next key we need it from the embedding model. So on the left hand side, click on retrieval. From here, let's go with this Snowflake Arctic embed one. Click on it and then scroll down. And we would need an API key from here. So you can simply use this one. So you see that we don't see any option of API key here. So we can use a similar key which we got from the Llama 370 billion model. So let's go back to our terminal and set it off. From here, I'm just going to export both of these keys. So let me set both of them here and I will clear the screen. I have set the keys in my environment. If you want, you can create a .env file and put the keys there, but up to you. Okay, so all the installation up to this point is complete. Now, only thing we need to do is to just use the docker compose command. So if I quickly show you ls-ltr, you will see there is already a docker compose file. So all we need to do here is to just run this docker compose up, and it is going to start that 3 containers. And as soon as we run this docker compose command, it is going to pull all the required container images and then run the containers. It is going to take a bit of a time. So let's wait for it to finish. And it is going to install a lot of stuff. Almost there. Okay, so you see that everything is installed, and now you can access the application at this public URL at port 1416. So let me go to the browser and access it. And this is what you see in the browser, where you have different components of the pipeline like server status. You can deploy the pipeline, you can undeploy it. So for example, if I click here, it is going to take you to the deploy, but of course this is a RESTful API. Now if you go back to the terminal, you will see that it is already showing you that everything is up and running from this container. Now we will let this one run, and you would need to open another terminal to the same system. So once you open that, and let me actually make it adjust to the screen. So open this another terminal for the same server, and then go to the directory where we have all the data which we have cloned from that GitHub repo. And from here, let's first check which containers are running. So these are the 3 containers which are running. We need to go to log into this hooks container. So just use docker exec command like this, docker exec it hooks, and it is going to open the shell script of that container. From here, simply install this NVIDIA Haystack and Quadrant Haystack, press enter, and it is going to install it there. It is done. Let's exit from here. Let's clear the screen. Now that is done. Now we need to run the indexing.py from the same GitHub repo to pre-process and index our document. So whatever your document is, you can paste it in the directory, and then you are going to run it. So let me quickly show you what I mean. So if I just do indexing.py, which is provided to you in the same GitHub repo. So here you can see we are specifying our models and that sort of stuff. And we have also specified our document which we are going to use. So if you want to use something else, you can just replace this PDF with your own PDF. Okay. So that is done. Let me queue and then exit. Okay, and then all we need to do is to just type Python indexing, and then we need to run this command in order to index it. And then once you access it in your browser, you will be presented with this Swagger API. For that, you can again just embed it in your application and then go from there. So remember, this is a framework to be integrated with your application, and that is what Haystack is all about. So the use case which I could think of is that if you have a microservices environment where you have containers running, you want to integrate them with your RAG pipeline. This is one way of doing it. But I believe this is for a very, very high level use case. In my opinion, I think there are better options available than Haystack, because not only it is quite cumbersome to install, it is particularly geared towards the large scale environments like Kubernetes and that sort of stuff. If you're looking for a lightweight RAG pipeline end to end, heaps of better tools are available. So I think not only they need to make it bit more lightweight, but also look for the lighter use case. Anyway, NIM is quite good. If you are looking to know more about NIM, I already have a lot of videos around it. So I think NIM works better than with other tools rather than Haystack, in my opinion. So give it a go. Let me know what do you think. Hopefully Haystack will improve their application to make it more user friendly. But until then, I think there are better tools available still. But if you're looking to deploy it in the Kubernetes, then Haystack makes sense. I hope that you enjoyed it. Let me know what do you think. Thanks for watching.